Yeah, I mean, why did you make the decision to retire after that fight? Because I mean, obviously your last two fights was Nerlio and then Grant Dawson, who's in the top 15. Like, what went into that decision?
Well, it was one of those things where it was more of a life decision than a fighting decision. Like I still love fighting. I mean, I'm in Virginia right now. I got two guys on my team that are fighting tomorrow, so I'm here coaching and helping with weight cuts and stuff. And
Hmm.
I love training hard. I train every single day, multiple times. So I'm really not that different. It was more of a life thing. It was more of not wanting to live in a cycle of like weeks all year long and not have an idea of when the next, paycheck is coming or when the next fight opportunity is going to come because the more and more the UFC, grows, the more the roster grows, the more, beggars can't be choosers. You got to be ready to go at the drop of the hat. So,
Yeah,
like my last fight was, kind of strung along over 20 weeks for like, hey, we'll call soon. Just be ready. It's very tough at the highest level to prepare like that. So we did it, and I was like, yeah, like, I don't think this is really how I want to spend all my time now. Like I have a family, and I have students at the gym that I work at and train at Gym O, and it's like I don't know that I can serve them well, constantly worried about my own needs and when a fight's going to pop up. And, and one of my rules of thumb was always kind of like if I lost three in a row, I would really reconsider where I was at in my career. And if the juice was worth the squeeze, like it's one of the best things I've ever done. It was so enjoyable. I loved every minute. But when I look at the pros and cons, it was time to have like a logical conversation, not an emotional one, not being like, do I
yeah,
love this? Is it fun to walk out in front of a packed out crowd and fight your heart out? All those things are yes. But by those answers, I'll want to fight till I'm 75 years old if I'm
yeah,
alive, God willing. It's a matter of is it the right thing to do for myself, for my family, physically, all those things. And after talking with my wife, my coach, and a couple close people to me, it was like I don't think so. I think God was kind of telling me it was time to move on in my life. And it's been good ever since. Like I think I got to leave with a love of the sport that I can now pass on and teach. And
yeah,
we watch every card every weekend almost. Like I see a lot of guys stay around too long and they leave bitter. And I just never wanted to do
yeah.
that. I love this so much. I love it since I'm a little boy. I don't want to stop loving it as a grown man. So it's been great. It was a tough decision, but it seemed pretty obvious by the end. Like I would feel like within an hour of the fight, we were back at the hotel room. I had kind of already felt that on my heart, and then prayed about it, talked to my wife about it, and made a decision.